Pain is not your punishment, it is your progress. Every time you step into the gym and feel that burn in your muscles, it's your body telling you that change is happening. That tightness, that soreness, that fire in your chest when you push through a heavy set, those are not signs of weakness. They are signs of growth. Without pain, your body has no reason to change, no reason to build, no reason to become stronger. Pain is the very signal that transformation has begun. Think about it. If you lift a weight that feels comfortable, your body stays the same. But the moment you go beyond comfort, the moment your muscles start to ache, you are creating tiny tears that will heal and come back stronger. That's how champions are made. The pain you feel today becomes the strength you carry tomorrow. So instead of running away from it, embrace it. Most people avoid pain because it feels uncomfortable. But comfort zones don't create legends. Comfort zones don't build physiques. Comfort zones don't make warriors. It is only when you step into the discomfort, when you invite the pain and push through it, that you begin to see the growth you've been chasing. Pain is proof you are on the right track. Proof you are not wasting your time. Proof that your effort is working. When your arms shake, when your legs burn, when your lungs feel like they are on fire, that is the exact moment when progress is happening. Too many people quit at that moment. They think the pain means they've reached their limit. But the truth is, the pain is not the end, it's the beginning. That burn you feel is your body unlocking new levels of strength. It's easy to lift light weights, to jog at an easy pace, to stop when it gets hard. But that won't bring growth. The burn is the barrier between average and excellence. The question is, will you stop when it hurts, or will you fight through and claim the reward waiting on the other side? The pain is the price you pay for the body you want, the discipline you need, and the power you seek. Every time you push past that pain, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your doubts, stronger than your excuses, and stronger than your limits. You start to build not just physical strength, but a mindset that says, I can take the pain and keep moving. That mindset will carry you far beyond the gym. It will carry you through life's toughest battles. When you start to respect the pain as a teacher, everything changes. You no longer see it as something to avoid. You see it as a signal that you're alive, that you're fighting, that you're growing. You see it as a necessary ingredient for greatness. Champions don't hate the pain. They welcome it, they look for it, they chase it. Because they know that with pain comes power. The soreness the next day is a reminder of your effort. That ache is the receipt for the work you put in. Pain is the evidence that you didn't quit when it got tough. And when you see the results weeks later, when the mirror reflects your dedication, you realize that pain was never your enemy. It was always your ally, so don't run from the pain, don't avoid the burn. When your body screams stop, tell yourself this is the moment you're actually growing. This is where change is happening. Smile at the struggle, because the pain you feel today is the strength you'll display tomorrow. Remember, pain is not there to break you. It's there to build you. Every rep, every drop of sweat, every moment of struggle is sculpting you into someone unrecognizable from who you were before. And when people look at you and wonder how you transformed, the answer will be simple. You turned your pain into proof of your growth. When you walk into the gym, you're not just lifting weights, you're lifting your mindset. The power you're building isn't only in your muscles, it's in your ability to face resistance head on and not back down. Pain teaches you discipline in a way comfort never can. When your body is screaming to quit, but you keep pushing, you're training your mind to stay strong in every area of life. That mental toughness becomes your superpower. Every rep that hurts, every set that feels unbearable is forging a new version of you, one that doesn't crack under pressure. Life is full of heavy weights that aren't made of steel, struggles, setbacks, failures, and disappointments. The gym is your training ground. When you learn to push through pain under the bar, you learn to push through pain outside the gym. The strength you build there prepares you for battles you don't even see coming. Most people think pain is weakness, but in reality, it's the pathway to resilience. The ones who quit when it hurts never realize the potential waiting on the other side. But those who stick it out, who take the pain and refuse to fold, they develop a mindset that says, nothing can break me. That mindset is more valuable than any physical gain. Because once your mind is strong, your body will follow. Power is not just about being able to move heavy weights. Power is being able to move yourself when everything inside you says, stop. Pain gives you that power. It shows you how far you can go, and then it dares you to go even further. Every time you conquer pain, you unlock a deeper level of strength you didn't know existed. That's real power, discovering what you're truly capable of. The world outside the gym doesn't care about your excuses. Bills don't care, responsibilities don't care, and life's hardships don't care. If you can't handle the burn in the gym, how will you handle the fire of real life? That's why pain is your preparation. By learning to transform that temporary discomfort into strength, you build the resilience to handle life's long-term challenges. Think about it, every great athlete, every champion, every legend was forged in pain. They didn't get there by avoiding it, they got there by using it as fuel. Pain was the doorway to their greatness. The same doorway is in front of you every time you feel that burn. You either walk through it, or you turn back and stay the same. The choice determines whether you gain power or stay powerless. The truth is, pain is not permanent, but the results are. The discomfort fades, but the power you build stays with you. That's the trade-off. Suffer a little now, so you can live stronger later. Too many people want the results without the pain, but that's like wanting the reward without the work. It doesn't exist. Pain is the toll you must pay to cross the bridge to power, and here's the beauty of it. Once you learn to turn pain into power, it stops scaring you. Instead of dreading the burn, you start chasing it. You know that every time you feel it, you're stepping closer to the strongest version of yourself. That's how winners think. They don't see pain as the enemy. They see it as proof that they are on the right path. The more pain you face, the more power you gain, not just in your muscles, but in your focus, your determination, your patience, and your willpower. You start realizing you're not just building a body. You're building a warrior spirit. Pain chisels away at the old you and sculpts the version of yourself that can handle anything life throws at you. At the end of the day, pain is the test and power is the reward. If you can push through one more rep when everything inside you says no, you're not just winning in the gym, you're winning in life. That's how you become unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. That's how you turn pain into power, and that's how you rise above the rest. The gym is a mirror of life. Just like in training, life will load the bar heavy and dare you to quit. But when you embrace pain as your teacher instead of your enemy, you begin to grow in ways most people never will. Every time the weight feels unbearable and you push through anyway, you're rewriting your story. You're proving to yourself that discomfort isn't the end, it's the beginning of transformation. That mindset separates champions from everyone else. When the lactic acid burns in your muscles, when sweat pours down your face, when your breath feels like fire, that's not weakness. That's the signal of growth. Too many people confuse the signal of growth with the sign of defeat. They stop at the very point where change is about to happen. But when you embrace that exact moment, when you welcome the pain and say, "This is where I get stronger," you unlock your true potential. Every great transformation in life comes through struggle. Think about it. Muscles don't grow without resistance. Diamonds aren't formed without pressure. And steel isn't forged without fire. Pain is the fire you must walk through if you want to become unbreakable. When you avoid it, you stay soft. But when you embrace it, you step into a new level of strength that ordinary people never reach. The truth is, comfort creates weakness. Pain creates power. It's not about looking for an easy path. It's about choosing the hard one and sticking with it. Every time you push through pain, you're conditioning your body and your mind to handle more than before. That conditioning carries over into every part of your life, your career, your relationships, your goals. You become the type of person who refuses to fold under pressure. Embracing pain also teaches you patience. Progress in the gym doesn't come overnight, and neither does success in life. Pain reminds you that results take time, effort, and sacrifice. It forces you to slow down and respect the process, and when you learn to endure that process without giving up, you build a foundation that lasts. That's why so many people fail. They want quick results without paying the price of pain. Another reason to embrace pain is that it reveals your limits, and then dares you to break them. You'll never know how strong you are until you face a moment where quitting feels easier than continuing. Pain takes you to that edge, it tests you, and when you decide to keep going, even when everything in your body screams to stop, you find out that your limits were an illusion. You had more in you the whole time. The more you face pain, the more confident you become. You stop fearing challenges because you've trained yourself to walk through fire. Pain doesn't intimidate you anymore. It excites you. You begin to see it as a sign that you're leveling up. And that confidence spills over into your life. Suddenly, obstacles that once seemed impossible look like opportunities to prove yourself stronger. Pain also sharpens your focus. When you're in the middle of a brutal set, nothing else matters. It's just you and the weight. That kind of tunnel vision, built in the gym, is the same focus you need in life to crush your goals. Embracing pain strips away distractions. It teaches you how to lock in and stay present in the fight until the job is done. The people who avoid pain will always live average lives. They'll never know what it feels like to unlock the full power within them. But those who embrace pain, who welcome it, who lean into it, they're the ones who rise. They become leaders, warriors, champions. Pain becomes their fuel, not their excuse. So the next time you feel the burn, the ache, the discomfort, don't run from it. Don't let it stop you. Embrace it fully, because that's the moment you're being molded into your strongest self. Pain is not the enemy. It's the doorway to greatness. Walk through it, and you'll find the power you've been chasing all along. Discipline is the bridge between pain and power. In the gym, it's not the one workout you crush that changes you. It's the discipline to show up day after day, even when you're sore, tired, or unmotivated. That discipline transforms temporary pain into lasting strength. Most people quit because they expect motivation to carry them, but discipline is what carries you when motivation dies. Pain might introduce you to the challenge, but discipline is what keeps you in the fight long enough to win. Think about it. Anyone can lift when they feel good, but champions lift when their body is screaming at them to stay home. Anyone can eat clean when it's convenient, but champions stay disciplined even when the cravings hit hard. That's the separation point. Pain asks the question, but discipline is the answer. If you want to turn pain into power, you have to commit to showing up regardless of how you feel. Discipline also protects you from excuses. When you're disciplined, you don't let your mind talk you out of progress. Pain will try to convince you that you've had enough, that you can take it easy, but discipline shuts that voice down. Discipline reminds you of why you started, of the bigger picture, of the fact that greatness never comes from comfort. When you build discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself and start demanding results from yourself. There's something powerful about discipline because it compounds over time. The first time you push through pain with discipline, it feels hard. The second time, it feels a little easier. Before long, it becomes who you are. You don't even think about skipping the hard stuff. You automatically lean into it. That's when you realize you've turned into someone who can't be broken by a bad day, a little soreness, or a setback. Discipline teaches you consistency, and consistency is where true transformation lies. You won't see your dream physique after 1 week. You won't see your life change after one decision, but when you apply disciplined effort over and over again, pain turns into strength, and strength turns into power. The people who lack discipline will always stop too soon, but those who stick to the plan, who stay disciplined no matter what, are the ones who finish strong. Another thing discipline does is separate your emotions from your actions. You don't always feel like showing up, but disciplined people show up anyway. You don't always feel like pushing through the last rep, but disciplined people push anyway. This ability to act independently of emotions is a superpower. It means that no matter how much pain you feel, you'll still choose progress over comfort. Discipline is also contagious. When you're disciplined in the gym, it spills into the rest of your life. You become more disciplined with your time, your money, your habits. You start cutting out things that don't serve you. Pain used to be something you avoided, but with discipline, you learn to embrace it and use it as a tool. Before long, people around you notice. They see your results, your consistency, and they can't help but be inspired. Discipline turns small wins into massive victories. That one day you didn't skip the gym, that one meal you didn't cheat, that one extra rep you pushed through. All those little discipline choices pile up. Over weeks, months, and years, they compound into something extraordinary. Pain alone won't get you there, but pain combined with discipline will transform your life in ways you can't imagine. Most people think discipline is punishment, but the truth is, it's freedom. It frees you from being controlled by weakness, by laziness, by fear. It gives you the power to direct your life exactly where you want it to go. Without discipline, pain breaks you. With discipline, pain builds you, and that's the difference between staying stuck and becoming unstoppable. So understand this. Pain introduces the challenge, but discipline decides the outcome. Anyone can face pain once, but it takes discipline to keep facing it until it turns into strength and then into power. If you want to become a beast in the gym and in life, build discipline, because pain will come for everyone, but only the disciplined will use it to rise. When you're in the gym, pain has a way of making you doubt yourself. That burning in your muscles, that voice in your head telling you to drop the weight, that urge to stop. It all feels like proof that you can't go further. But here's the truth. Pain is not the end, it's the beginning. Every time you push past that pain, you're teaching yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. It's in those moments when everything in you says quit, but you keep going, that you start to build unshakable mental toughness. Pain becomes a test, and every rep is an answer. Do you let pain stop you, or do you use it to fuel you? When you choose to push forward, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than the discomfort. You stop being controlled by feelings and start being driven by purpose. That's where growth happens. Not in the easy reps, not in the comfortable sets, but in the ones that demand everything from you. Mental toughness is not built in silence. It's forged in the fire of resistance. You don't develop grit by coasting through life or lifting light just to avoid the burn. You develop it when you willingly put yourself in situations that test you. The gym is the perfect battleground because every set pushes your body and your mind to the edge. If you keep showing up, keep embracing the grind, you'll find that your threshold for pain grows higher, and so does your threshold for success. The people who stop at the first sign of pain are the ones who stay average, but the ones who lean into the discomfort, who welcome the struggle, are the ones who rise above. You see, mental toughness is not about never feeling pain. It's about refusing to let pain dictate your choices. That's what separates champions from the rest. Pain becomes the weight you lift in your mind, and toughness is the muscle you build from carrying it. When you turn pain into mental toughness, you carry that strength outside the gym too. Life will hit you with setbacks, heartbreaks, failures, and moments where you feel like you can't go on. But if you've already trained your mind to thrive under pressure, you'll know how to keep moving forward. You'll know how to dig deep, how to stay focused, how to outlast the storm. That toughness doesn't fade when you leave the gym, it becomes who you are. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, becomes a part of your story. That story is what builds confidence. You know you can handle pain because you've handled it before. You know you can take the hit and keep moving because you've proven it to yourself in the gym. That's mental toughness. It's proof, earned day by day, that you are stronger than any obstacle in your way. Mental toughness also gives you clarity. When others panic or crumble under stress, you stay calm because you've trained yourself to operate under pressure. Pain in the gym becomes practice for life. You learn to breathe, to focus, to keep your form even when everything feels heavy. That same mindset carries over when life gets hard. You won't break because you've built yourself to bend without snapping. The best part about mental toughness is that it compounds. The more you practice pushing past pain, the more resilient you become. Things that used to break you no longer faze you. What used to feel impossible becomes your new baseline. You start chasing challenges instead of avoiding them because you know every battle strengthens your mind as much as your body. Pain is temporary, but the toughness it builds is permanent. That's why embracing the struggle matters so much. Every time you face that moment of choice, stop or go, you're building something inside that will never be taken from you. The soreness fades, the weights change, but the mental toughness you earn stays with you for life. So the next time you feel pain in the gym, don't run from it. Don't see it as a reason to stop. See it as the exact tool that's shaping you into who you're supposed to be. Because pain isn't just about muscles, it's about molding your mind. And when your mind is tough enough, there's nothing inside the gym or outside that can break you. Victory in the gym doesn't come from the days you feel good. It doesn't come from the days when the weights feel light or when your energy is high. True victory comes from the days when you walk in tired, sore, and unmotivated, but you still put in the work. It comes from the moments when pain tries to convince you to stop, but you decide to keep moving anyway. That's where champions are made, not when it's easy, but when it's brutally hard. Every rep you grind through in pain becomes a trophy in your mind. It may not shine like gold or silver, but it glows in your spirit as a reminder that you didn't quit. That glow builds into a fire, and that fire fuels the next workout, the next challenge, the next battle in your life. Pain turns into proof. Proof that you showed up, proof that you fought, proof that you won against your own excuses. The power of victory is not just physical, it's emotional. There is no better feeling than walking out of the gym knowing you did what most people wouldn't. While others gave up, you pressed on. That victory lives inside you and reshapes your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who quits. You see yourself as someone who conquers, who takes pain and flips it into strength. And the victory doesn't stop at the gym doors. It follows you into the rest of your life. When life throws obstacles at you, stress, setbacks, failures, you approach them differently. You don't panic, you don't fold. You attack them with the same mindset you use under the barbell, steady, focused, and unbreakable. That's because victory in the gym is training for victory in life. Winning in pain also teaches you patience. Growth takes time and sometimes results feel far away, but victory isn't always about the finish line. It's about surviving the process. Every painful rep is progress, even if you can't see it yet. By stacking small victories daily, you create massive transformation over time. You become unstoppable because you've learned how to collect wins even in the hardest conditions. Victory is addictive, but it's not handed out. You earn it through sweat, through sacrifice, through refusing to stop when it hurts. And once you've tasted that victory, you'll never want to go back to the old version of yourself. You'll crave the challenge because you know it's the only path to real growth. Pain becomes your ally because it signals that you're close to the prize. What many people don't realize is that victory is not always visible to others. It's not just about bigger muscles or more plates on the bar. Sometimes the biggest victory is invisible, the discipline you built, the resilience you created, the confidence you earned. These silent victories matter just as much, if not more, than what people can see, because they are the victories that stay with you forever. The gym becomes your battlefield, and every day you step onto it, you fight. Some days you win by hitting new personal records. Other days you win by simply refusing to quit. Either way, you walk out victorious because you didn't surrender to the pain. And those daily victories stack up until one day you look in the mirror and see not just a stronger body, but a stronger warrior. Pain may scream at you, but victory whispers louder. That whisper tells you that you're changing, that you're becoming the person you were meant to be. Each victory silences the doubt, silences the fear, silences the excuses. The voice that once said, "You can't," and now says, "Try me." That's the power of consistent victory. It rewires your mindset into one of dominance. So embrace the pain, because inside it lies your victory. Every drop of sweat, every ache, every moment of struggle is shaping you into something unbreakable. Pain may try to define you, but you flip it into your strength. And when you claim victory in those moments, you don't just win in the gym, you win in life. Because the person who learns to win through pain is the person who can't be stopped.